Hey, how you guys doing out there today? This is Stephanie Menace from the RotoBeast team, and I'm here to present you our NFL Week 4 wide receiver picks. As always, if you want to watch our full video, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel at RotoBeast. And if you want to play the lineups that we're actually playing, please visit our website at www.rotobeast.net. All right, so let's jump into it for this week's wide receiver picks. I'm going to start out with the obvious. The guy was the highest owned player last week, and he's probably going to be the highest owned player again this week. That's AJ Green. And he rightfully was. He deserved to be the highest player last week. The guy went off. He had 10 catches for 111 yards and a touchdown on 13 targets. Andy Dalton is looking for him. Often, and he's getting a lot of action, so I like him as the top wide receiver. I think he's almost a must start for cash. Cleveland Browns, they've been giving up big time numbers to wide receiver ones. Week 1 they got burned by Antonio Brown for 11 catches and 182 yards. Last week it was T.Y. Hilton for 7 catches, 153 yards and a touchdown. I really like AJ Green this week for sure. I think he's going to be the top wide receiver. Next we'll go, right below him. Actually, I'm sorry. Right as my second pick, it's going to be Julio Jones. The guy, he's good. He hasn't had one of those breakout games, the ones that we're used to, the 13 catches for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. He hasn't really had one of those, and I think it's coming. And I could definitely see this being a spot at home. Buffalo, they have a solid defense, but Atlanta just has too many weapons. You see people trying to double Julio. They're getting Sanu involved, and I think that's going to open it up for Julio. They're not going to understand. Teams are going to understand they can't cheat too much, on the Atlanta, because Matt Ryan could get anywhere. So I definitely like Julio going back home tomorrow. I think he could have a monster game. In Atlanta, they do have the second highest implied total, of the week, so that gives me a little bit more confidence in Julio. So he's going to be my second wide receiver, and then we're going to go to Fitzgerald. Plain and simple, I think he's a must start. Fitzgerald is so frustrating because we played him the first 2 weeks of the season and he didn't do too much for us, and we got frustrated with him. And unfortunately, he was on the Monday night this week, so we didn't have the choice on Main Street to have him or not. But the guy went off. He went 13 catches, 149 yards, and a touchdown. Those are monster numbers, and he's going against the 49ers this week, they're not a very good offense. The Rams just went off against them. I definitely like Fitzgerald this week. Also, too, Carson Palmer, he's having to throw a lot. He's throwing about 44 times a game. And you see last week, Fitzgerald got 13 of them. If he continues to get 15 targets and 13 catches out of those 15 targets, he's going to be a must start every week. He's still too cheap. And like I said, with no David Johnson, with him being out, they're throwing it a lot. I definitely like Fitzgerald. Next, we'll go to the tandem, Emmanuel Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders has been very good this season. A lot of people weren't coming into this season thinking Broncos were going to be a good offense, moving the ball, throwing it everywhere, and that's what they've been doing. And now they go against the Raiders, who just got burned by Kirk Cousins and the Redskins. I really like Sanders this week, and I would throw in Thomas because Thomas is a very good receiver as well. Demarius for the Broncos. I really like this wide receiver core. The Raiders have already allowed 11 explosive plays this year alone, and it's only been 3 games. And these guys are both very explosive, and they're at home in Denver with the high altitude. I think that favors them a little bit. The fact that they're used to it, and in all sports you see people do struggle with the altitude when they're playing in it. Their body tends to get a little bit tired compared to these guys who train in it. So I definitely could see them having big games. I really like Simeon to get him the ball downfield. The Raiders, they play a lot of man. And these guys are really good. And if they try to play man on them, they're going to get burned. Raiders, they're in the bottom third of the league in pass defense. So you got to like Emmanuel Sanders and Demarius Thomas this week. And the last guy I'm going to talk about, I think he's a little bit more of a GPP play. But Hopkins, he's getting so many targets, it's ridiculous. And I mean, it's crazy how much, and now Watson is getting a lot better. Um, so I think he's still too cheap for the targets and the production that he's doing, and so I definitely think he could be a solid GPP play. Like I said, Watson's getting better, and that's only helping him, and he's only gonna get better, and so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at for my wide receivers this week, and tomorrow I'll be back with the running back plays. So thank you for watching my video. Please click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Like, share, leave us some comments if you have any questions, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.